Okay, so good day and welcome to Advanced Production and Operation Management. Production and Operation Management is a vital area in business management that deals with the process of producing goods and services. No, it encompasses the planning, organizing, directing, and controlling of all the resources needed to produce an organization's goods or services. The primary objective is to ensure that business
Drinks
of
na lang kahit mamaya naman eh. Ay, sorry.
Okay. So the primary objective is to ensure that business operations are efficient in terms of using as few resources as possible while also being uh, effective in meeting customer requirements. Production and operation management is integral to the functioning of many and any manufacturing or service organization, influencing everything from product quality to cost efficiency. Again, as I mentioned, no, production operation management plays a pivotal role, no, in shaping a company's business strategy. By optimizing production processes, companies can achieve cost leadership, enabling them to offer competitive pricing in the market. Effective operation management enhances the quality and reliability of products, which is uh, important, no, for differentiating a brand in a crowded marketplace. In today's globalized economy where supply chain span multiple countries and time zones, no, the ability, of course, to manage operation efficiency can be a significant competitive advantage. No, strategically, no, operation management also involves in the aligning of production with market demand. And this demand not only meeting current customer needs, but also anticipating future trends and scaling operation accordingly. Let's say, for example, no, yung company no, that can quickly adjust their production volumes to match market demand can avoid the pitfalls no, of overproduction or stockouts, both of which can have severe financial consequences. So to give us more details about the topic, let us all welcome our presenter. Go ahead, sir.
First of all, good morning, classmates. But to report about the introduction to production and operations management. Let's start po. So, introduction, production and operations management is the systematic process of converting and combining different resources within an organization's production or operations subsystem to create products or services that has increased value. So pag sinabing production operations management, ito yung self-explanatory pero ipaliwanag ko lang konti. Ito yung pag tawag dito. Yung tawag dito pag manage siya ng production, it means ito yung alam natin production is creating product and operation is maintaining yung mismong operation ng yung flow ng operation na walang magiging delay tsaka yung i-prepare siya parang i-maintain lang parang ganun. And next we have Libsab ba tawag dito? Preview nung historical development of production and operations management. We have first one, the crop production area. Back to the past tayo. Ito yung crop production area. Nagsimula itong industrial evolution natin through simulang nag-start ang mga tao sa pagka-crop ng mga produkto. Ito yung mga clay po siya. Or maraming bagay, mga bato, mga ganon. Wait lang, may... Ayun ba? Okay. So, we have crop production, era. Prior to the Industrial Revolution, production was predominantly characterized by artisanal methods and limited to particular regions. Key features, artisans with expertise in crafted items individually, resulting in production being combined into tiny quantities. So we have yung mga ganito, yung parang ng mga sabihin natin Magellan, yung mga panahon na to. Pero sa Europe kasi to, sa Europe kasi masyadong nauna na sila sa mga ganito. Sa Pilipinas rin naman, pero medyo hindi natin sure yung dates. Pero ito yun, tinutukoy dito. Yung mga parang mga ukit sila, lalo na sa Egypt, mga magaling sila sa mga ganito. Mga nauna talaga sila. Kaya nakita na naman natin yung ebidensya ng pyramid, mga product, mga ganito. Puro pag-uukit, tapos pag-trade yung ginagawa nila. Mano-mano. So, let's move. Ayun. Second one, we have Industrial Revolution, 18th and 19th century. Ito yung mga 1800s na to. Pag tinabing 18 to 19th century. Characteristics, introduction of mechanization, factories, marking the transition from agrarian economies to industrialized societies. So, ano na dito? May natuto ng tao na gumamit ng mga tawag dito, yung mga simple machines na ito, may mga from simple machine na-develop nila yung mga mechanical na mga gamit, machines. So we have key features from manual labor to machine-based production, leading to increased efficiency and higher output. So through this, naging mas dumoble or nag-triple pa yung production ng tao dahil sa makina, paggamit ng makina at mga technology. So yun. So we have third one, the scientific management era, late 19th and early 20th century. So contributors, si Frederick Taylor and Frank. May Okay. Wala ko meron. Scientific management era, late 19th. So Frederick Taylor and Frank and Lillian Gilbreth. Key features, we have emphasis on time and motion studies to optimize worker efficiency. The division of labor and specialization became central themes. So we have here naging na siya. So dito natuto na ang mga managers to how to give emphasis on time and motion studies to optimize worker efficiency. So dito napagtuunan na ng mga managers na tingnan yung behavior na tao kung saan sila magaling, kumbaga. So kinukuha na yung halimbawa kung construction, siyempre mga malalakas yung katawan ng kinukuha, mga ganun. So para maging more efficient yung output or yung production, kung ano man yung ba factory, yung anong specialization nung production na ginagawa, tsaka yung operations. So number 4, fourth one, human relations movement, 1920s to 1930s. Okay, contributors, Elton, Mayo, and Hawthorne Studies, and the Hawthorne Studies. Key features, recognition of importance of human factors in production. Focus on employee welfare, motivation, and social aspects of work. So, dito na pumasok yung human relation or human human resource manager, parang ganyan. Dito na pag nakita na yung parang tinitingnan na rin yung parang well-being nung employee natin. So motivation, natuto na rin bigyan ng motivation, tulad na alam naman natin na motivational na incentive, mga ganun. So nagiging mas productive yung isang employee kapag through study na nakita naman natin nagiging mas productive siya kapag may mga natatanggap siyang tawag dito, incentive, mga bonus, mga gano'n. Tsaka siyempre yung pag through promotion, siyempre kung may alam niya may mapopromote sa through nagbibigay siya ng magandang performance. So mas nagiging motivated siya, mga gano'n. Next one, we have parang bumalik natin, wait. Pero ano natin to? Post-World War II period, 1940s to 1950s. Ngayon, idugtong natin siya dito sa muna sa masunod siya sa nitong crop production era. We have focus on rebuilding economies after war. Application of statistical methods for quality control. Emergence of total quality management principles. So, sa mga ganito, sa mga performance, mga ganito, statistical methods, quality control, meron tinatawag na total quality management sa isa metric sa pag-measure ng quality. So, i-further explain sa different topic na sa ibang report. So, yung panahon na to, 1940s to 1950s, alam naman natin, maraming World War II. So, alam natin, rebuilding na naman siya ng rebuilding na naman tayo dito ng siyempre, mga panibago na, marami nawasak, rebuild na naman, mga panibagong produkto na, siyempre, ibang produkto na medyo naging way din siya para mag-cost din siya para mag-create na ng panibago. Kumbaga nung panahon na yun, nag-focus sila sa machine production, mga ganun. War equipment. So, nag-iba na siyempre yan. Since tapos na yung pang produkto. So, 61, operations research and management science. So, application of mathematical models and quantitative methods to decision making. So, we have na dito, natuto na, siyempre, may nag-start na gumamit ng mathematical models and mga statistic methods. Siyempre, ginagamit na dito yung mga, kung ano yung performance, siyempre. Sa more on quantity, na titingnan na rin kung effective yung parang analysis na rin siya. Key features, operations, research contributed to optimal resource allocation, inventory management, and scheduling. So, ito siya. Resource allocation. So, parang na din dito. Ito na tayo mag-check ng mga inventory management kung may mas na-monitor na yung kung gaano karaming inventory sa mga ganito. And scheduling na syempre. Mas naging more efficient na siya tawag dito. Yung palya ng operation is lalo mas naging smoother na siya dahil mas nagiging smooth na siya. Since may mga ganito na introduce na yung mga ganitong methods. So we have 7, just in time, and then lean manufacturing. Parang mga rin to. Isa mga parang method din to. Contributors, the Toyota Production System, TPS. Key features, JIT emphasize minimizing inventory and reducing waste. So, lean manufacturing expanded these concepts globally. So, ito dito, ang ibig sabihin nito is yung inventory is gagawa ka lang ng sakto, yung bagay yung meet demands lang, mga ganito. Tsaka yung nagre-reduce din siya ng waste, syempre kung gagawa ka na sobra, kung sobra inventory is syempre kung halimbawa na lang kung may expiry date yung item na yon, syempre kung matetenga yun, yung quality nun is parang sayang na rin kasi siyempre hindi siya may deliver into parang second next batch mga ganun. Is kung may waste is siyempre magiging lesser efficient siya. Siyempre may gastos din yung kung ano yung sayang yung resources. Ganun lang. Din manufacturing parang tawag dito. Version din siya pero expanded version siya. Next, quality management 1980s to 1990s. Yun. Back to recent time. So, contributors Edward Stemming and Joseph Duran. Key features: a holistic approach to quality involving all aspects of an organization. Focus on continuous improvement and customer satisfaction. So dito is emphasis nila is yung quality, more quality na siya. Kumbaga dati is puro gawa lang. Ngayon, binibigyan na ng emphasis yung tawag dito, yung kung dati is puro quantity, ngayon syempre quality na rin yung binibigyang approach niya. Then, globalization and supply chain management. So, we have here 1990s to year 2000s. And characteristics, increased global interconnectedness and the rise of internet. So, dahil dito is siyempre pag yung nag-boom na rin dito yung mga goods and services siyempre through yung kung nung na rin. Pa-start pa lang naman. Dahil through mga e-commerce mag-evolve na rin dahil dyan, alam naman, eventually. Key features and emphasis on efficient supply and chain management, outsourcing and integration of technology for real-time information. So, ito siya, yung panahon na yung boom na yung computer era na tinatawag na But then, Industry 4.0 and Digital Transformation, 2010 to present. So, characteristics, emergence of smart technologies, IoT or Internet of Things, and advanced analytics. Key features, integration of cyber physical systems, big data, and artificial intelligence. Focus on data-driven decision making and optimization of processes. So, ito na siya. Dito na yung natin. Sa era na to, evolve, na talaga yung driven by AI and then yung mga tinatawag na smart technologies, puro technology na talaga, and then Internet of Things, advanced analytics. So, kung hindi pa kayo aware sa puro na talaga, computer na talaga, software na talagang gumagana ngayon. So, sila na gumagana ng kumbaga, yung mga sinesearch sa Facebook at products, puro na yun, software na ang gumagana doon. So, kung magugulat kayo, bakit biglang alam nilang mahilig kayong mag-order ng pang-cooking, alam na lang yun. Magko-connected na talaga sila, pati kumbaga kay Facebook, interconnected na siya pati sa ibang platform kahit Shopee. Na isasuggest, hindi mo lang alam, na isasuggest nila sa Shopee yung mga shopping behavior nyo. So pag nag-accept kayo ng cookie sa browser nyo, alam nyo na i-save nila yung mga part na siya ng cookies kung ano yung makiniklik nyo sa internet. Yun. Then, data-driven, big data. Ayun, pumapasok na rin sa big data yung mga data nyo, ina-analyze siya para makuha yung mga pattern kung example na lang sa e-commerce, sa Shopee, mga ganyan. Next, artificial, alam naman natin to, yung mga chatbot, mga ganyan. Pero marami pa naman yan. Bukod hindi lang yung chatbot, pati yung image search, mga ganun. mga text-to-speech, mga pag magse-search. Wait lang. Ayun. Next, production. We have production. Production is the act of transforming inputs or resources into outputs or finished goods and services that may be utilized or consumed by individuals or other organizations. Then production is an essential economic activity that has a vital function in generating wealth and fulfilling human needs and desires. So, dito natin sa Pilipinas, siyempre ito pa rin naman tayo, production. So, di pa ganun kaano yung technology masyado. Kumbaga sa kanila kasi talagang puro technology na. So, production is producing goods, yun lang naman, and services. Production system. A production system encompasses the systematic arrangement of activities, resources, and processes that are engaged in the fabrication of goods and provision of services. It is a comprehensive framework and includes all aspects of product or services to consumers. The configuration of production systems can significantly differ depending on the industry, the characteristics of the products or services being manufactured, and technology utilized. So ito yung systematic, kumbaga step by step no production, kung ano man yung system ng production na isang or factory or company. Siyempre, kung ano yan, kung siyempre mag-start yan by, siyempre kung budget muna. Then, buying yung raw materials kung gano'n. Then, siyempre dapat may may tao ka ng kilos para ma-produce yung product. Ganun, and so on. Classification of production systems, we have dito sa left side is production volume, continuous production. Dito pala sa baba rin is output production, production volume and yung variety ng product. So we have continuous production, mass production, batch production, and then job shop production. So masabi natin is tawag dito. Kung tawag dito. Yung mass production kasi is puro bultuhan, maramihan na talaga. Then job shop is iba-iba na ng variety. So mas lower yung volume, is mas maraming variety yung ng product yung ino-offer. So, production management naman tayo. Production management entails the systematic coordination and oversight of the various operations involved in the production function, including planning, organizing, directing, and controlling. The production subsystem of the organization mixes and converts different resources into a value-added product according to company's policy. So, ang trabaho na to is si production manager, kay production manager to. So, siyang supervise sa mga, kung siyempre sa kanya yung planning, then pagdating na pag ginagawa na ng mga tao, siyempre siya yung directing and controlling, siyempre. Organizing, directing, and controlling. Siya yung nag-supervise para tuloy-tuloy yung dire-diretso yung output. Siya nag-i-ensure. Objectives of production management. So, the goal of production management is to efficiently manufacture goods and services that meet desired quality and quality requirements. So, while adhering to the specified time frame and manufacturing cost. So ito, yung for ano nila, parang for na tinitingnan is right quality, right quantity, right time, and manufacturing cost. So, dapat laging equal yan. And then, on time dapat. And syempre, yung right on time and then yung sakto sa budget. Para yun yung efficiency na tinatawag. Efficiently manufacture goods and services desired that meet desired quality and quantity requirements at specified time and time frame manufacturing costs. So operations management naman is the managerial discipline that concentrates on supervising and enhancing the diverse procedures and actions associated with the manufacturing of goods and provision of services within a company. It encompasses that strategic coordination and management of resources, systems, and processes to effectively convert input to into output. So, si operations management sa kanya yung strategic coordination and management of resources to big part na rin to nung sa second reporter natin. Pero since introduction naman siya, okay. Then scope of production operation and management. So we have production and operation management concerned with the conversion of inputs into outputs using physical resources so as to provide the desired utilities to the customers while meeting the other organizational objectives of effectiveness, efficiency, and adaptability. So, yun na rin siya, parang pinagsama lang. And then, following are the activities which are listed under production and operation management functions. Location of facilities, land layouts, and material handling, product design, process design, production and planning control, quality control, materials management, maintenance management. So, ito yung mga function ng isang production and operation manager. To be discussed by next reporters. So, yun lang. Thank you. Next reporter.
Okay, so thank you so much with our presenter, no? Again, modern business operations are increasingly shaped by technological advancement. So one of the most significant trends is the adoption of Industry 4.0 technologies, no? Such as the Internet of Things, artificial intelligence, and the big data analytics. So these technologies enable companies to collect vast amounts of data from their operations, which can be analyzed in a real time to optimize production process, reduce waste, and improve decision making. And the use of AI, right now, in particular, allows for predictive maintenance, where machine can be serviced before they break down, reducing downtime and increasing efficiency. Another trend actually is the growing importance of sustainability in operation management. No, consumers and regulators, alike are increasingly demanding that companies reduce their environmental impact. And this has led to the adoption of a green manufacturing processes, or practices, such as the use of renewable energy, yung waste reduction na sinasabi, and recycling. So the organization can integrate sustainability into their operations, not only reduce their environmental footprint, but also appeal to environmental conscious consumer, which can enhance brand loyalty and market shares. Now, there are certain challenges in modern business operations. So despite the advancement in technology and practices, modern business operations face several challenges. One of the primary challenges is managing complex global supply chains, no, with components open source from multiple countries. Any disruption such as natural disaster, political instability, or pandemic can have a ripple effect throughout the supply chain, leading to, of course, no, delayed and increased cost. No, companies need to develop robust risk management strategies to mitigate this risk, such as diversifying suppliers or investing in supply chain visibility tools. Another challenge is the pressure to continuously innovate. No, right now, in a rapidly changing market, no, companies must constantly improve their products and process to stay competitive. And this requires significant investment in research and development, as well as culture that encourage creativity, no, and experimentation. However, innovation can also be risk, as not all new ideas will succeed in the market, and companies must be prepared to manage this risk. No? So, the integration of technology in operation management is transforming the way business operate. No, alam naman natin, no, ngayon automation, for example, is increasingly being used to perform routine tasks, no, freeing up human workers to focus on more complex and value-added activities. Nandiyan yung robotics, no, and automated system are now commonplace in manufacturing, allowing for faster production times, no, higher precision and lower labor costs. Now, in the service sector, automation is being used to streamline processes such as customer service and order fulfillment, improving efficiency and customer satisfaction. Moreover, the use of digital twins, no, virtual replicas or physical assets, enables companies to stimulate, of course, stimulate and optimize, no, their operations in a virtual environment before implementing changes in the real world. So this reduces the risk of disruption, is allow for more informed decision making. The use of cloud computing, no, in operations management has enabled, no, companies to access real-time data from anywhere in the world, no, facilitating better collaboration and decision making across global teams. In today's fast-paced business environment, agility in operations has become a critical factor for success. No? Agile operations management involves the ability to quickly adapt to changes in the market or operating environment. This could include responding to shifts in customer demand, changes in regulations, or the emergence of new competitors. No? So agile organizations are characterized by their flexibility, speed, and customer-centric approach. They often use techniques such as lean manufacturing and just-in-time production to minimize waste, no, and improve responsiveness. And agility, no, it also extend to how companies manage their workforce. With the rise of remote work and gig economy, no, companies need to be able to quickly scale their workforce up or down based on demand. So this requires a flexibility staffing models and ability to rapidly onboard and train new employees. Agile operations also involve a culture of continuous improvement where employees are encouraged to identify and solve problems in real time. Alam natin ang globalization, no, sa operation management, no, may impact po 'yan because globalization has had a profound impact on operation management, opening up new markets and opportunities for business, but also introducing new challenges. On the positive side, syempre, globalization allows company to source materials, no, and labor from the most cost-effective location, reducing production costs and increasing profitability. It also enables actually that companies to access new markets, increasing their customer base and revenue potential. So, however, globalization, of course, also increased the complexity of managing operations. So, company must navigate of different regulation requirements, cultural differences, and logical challenges when operating in multiple countries. So, these are required to deep understanding of local markets and ability to manage diverse teams across different geographics. So, globalization has made supply chains more vulnerable to disruption as seen during the COVID-19 pandemic when global supply chain were severely affected by lockdowns and travel restriction. So of course, the future of production operation is likely to be shaped by ongoing advancement in technology, increasing pressure for sustainability and need for greater agility. As technology, no, will as technologies such as AI, machine learning, and blockchain continue as evolve, of course, they will further transform how companies manage their operations. And these technologies will enable even greater levels of automation, precision, and efficiency. But they will also require companies to invest in new skills and capabilities. Alam mo naman, yung termino, alam naman natin na sustainability will also continue to be a major focus with company increasingly being held accountable for their environmental and social impact, because this will require a shift towards more sustainable practices throughout the supply chain, from sourcing raw materials to the disposal of end-of-life products. And the need for agility will also increase as the pace of change in the business environment accelerates. Companies that can quickly adapt to new challenges and opportunities will be the ones that thrive in the future. So I think that's it for the introduction to operation management.